Mike, are we going to pull that one?
What? Yeah, I'm gonna pull it from here, and then we're gonna talk about it at the
Okay.
end of the meeting.
Okay.
Your Blue Mondays for this. So you've already let, you're out of it now?
I noticed it. As soon as you send me a text.
Yeah.
We're here for the council meeting, 4/22/24. If we could all please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We have the invocation from Pastor Edward from Bethel Assembly.
Let's go ahead and bow our heads and close our eyes. Lord, we just thank you for this opportunity to come together to discuss the business of Lincoln Park. I ask that you just bless the discussions tonight, help things to go smoothly, and that our discussions will be civil. Lord, we pray for these citizens who have passed away that were near and dear to our city. Karen Delrue and Dan Murray, I ask that you just be with the families there, and that you just bring a sense of peace, that peace that passes understanding, that can only come from you, Lord. We love you, Lord, and we thank you. In Jesus' name I pray, amen.
Amen. If we could have a roll call, please.
Certainly. Councilpersons Bear,
Here.
Dupre is not here. Ross?
Here.
Salcido?
Here.
Soar?
Here.
Tobin? Here. And Mayor Higgins.
Here. And I apologize ahead of time. I got quite a few things I'd like to go over for Mayor's remarks this week. First thing, and it's a little personal for me, but this is 24 years anniversary this week of the worst tragedy in my mind, and at least for my family, ever to happen in Lincoln Park, the shooting at the Senior Tower. 4 women lost their lives that day. And I just don't think we should ever forget what happened that day, that an armed man came to a Senior Tower and was able to use a weapon and kill people and get away. And I just don't ever want that to forget that that tragedy happened. And with that, on a sad note, I also say that there are some good things going on. They had now the grand opening in Lincoln Park. The Lakeside Motor Group opened up this week on 4th Street in Lincoln Park. We welcome a brand new business to Lincoln Park that looks like they've done a wonderful job with their building, and they've just want to welcome them to Lincoln Park with all open arms. This week, and we also had the citywide cleanup. We had quite a bit of people come out. I want to thank everybody who came out. Councilwoman Lillian was there, and several other people were there. We cleaned 4 different parks. Particularly want to thank the Koch brothers. They took a park on their own, and when they left that park looked like it was brand new. And I want to thank them a great deal. I also like to remind everybody that this week we have a school fundraiser, which I'm sure Councilman Tobin will be talking about a little later on tonight. And we also have a museum fundraiser, which I'm sure Councilman Ross will be talking about tonight. This weekend, this Saturday, will be Cinco de Mayo Saturday. Please come out, have a good time. DDA has got several things planned. and it's going to be all fun all day. There's going to be live bands, good music, good food, and even some cornhole game there. Also remind everybody, Comic-Con is this time of year. You can talk, and I'm sure Councilman Barrow will be talking about that later on tonight. And also, the Memorial Day Parade is coming up on May 19th. Also, we remind everybody, it's getting to be spring, it's getting to be summer. Parks and Recreation will be doing a monthly cleanups in the different parks. And I also like to remind the concerts in the park will be coming up soon. All of this information, or 90% of this information, is in your happenings. Should be at your house now. And I want to congratulate the Parks and Recreation. When I was on the Parks and Recreation Commission 100 years ago, we complained all the time about it wasn't as nice as we wanted it to be. This is the best happenings that have ever come out, and I would like to congratulate the Parks and Recreation. We also had a little bad news this weekend. We had a crash that went over a fire hydrant on Fort Street. Our DPS people were there Friday night in the cold all day Saturday, doing a magnificent job. And I just want to thank and remind people how important our DPS guys are, and they are always there for us. I also would like to thank our fire department because there was a bad fire this week, and they managed to save a baby from a fire building, and that is just simply amazing. And I'd like to thank and congratulate our firefighters for doing such a great job. And with that, we will move on to the agenda. We're going to call a public hearing to order for the Community Development Block Grant Disaster Relief, and I'd introduce Hennessy Engineering so they can discuss this.
Good evening, Mayor, Council, and the public. And what we have in front of you tonight for the public hearing is a grant opportunity. Through the administration, we chase as many grants as we are eligible to chase. And this one is from the Michigan Economic Development Corporation. And it's to grant local governments to address unmet recovery and mitigation needs relating to the flooding disaster in 2021. And we've applied the grant for the grants. Further on down the agenda is a motion to approve the grant application, but this is 100% funding, and to let the mayor and council know, we've applied for two projects. One project consists of about 9,275 linear feet of sanitary sewer lining. That's where basically we reline the sewers and we make them a homogeneous pipe structure that prevents infiltration, which is groundwater coming in through the leaky joints and inflow locations through there. And our second project, and that project's at a total cost of $1,500,592. And the second project is approximately 13,737 linear feet of sanitary sewer lining, and that cost is approximately $1,513,706. So the total total grant application is for $17,298, and it's to complete these funds, and I'm here to answer any questions the council or the public may have.
To the chair?
Yes.
Can you give us, if it's section 1, 2, or 3 of our maps?
It's in the handout that I provided you to the public. It kind of highlights the two areas that we're looking to do this in. And to the councilman's perspective, though, in other grants that we've been involved with, we've there's a category of 1 through 5 on how you rate pipes, on how leaky a pipe is and how strong it is. We've only been able to attack 4 and 5s under the state of Michigan rules because they feel 1, 2, and 3 are kind of general maintenance rules that shouldn't be eligible. We should be doing, under this grant, we can do 1, 2, 3s, and 4. We can do all of them. So the 46 points that we have mentioned about earlier that didn't qualify under the state's program would qualify under this, and we'll be able to tackle it this way.
Thank you.
Any other questions from the council?
Through the chair.
Yes.
Mr. Holland, how will we, or when will we know if we are granted this?
Well, I think we should find out, I would think, by the end of June.
And will we be able to apply those right away and get this done for this year?
We would be able to put a project out for the fall to be done, yes. Sewer lining can be done late into the year. It's not really weather dependent like roadway work is and things like that.
Okay, thank you.
But our goal would be to tackle it this year if we get the funding, which we feel that we're in a good spot for the funding.
Any other questions for the man? It's a public hearing, so is there anybody from the public that would like a question? With that, we will close the public hearing. And we will move on to our consent agenda.
To announce that you want to remove 5J.
Okay. And before I announce this, I am going to remove letter J, and we will discuss it at the end of the meeting. If there's anything else that would like to be talked about, please let me know. If not, I resolve the following items be listed under consent agenda, be approved as presented to the mayor and council. Approve the regular meeting of April 8th, 2024. Approve the minutes to the special meeting on April 8th, 2024, 6 p.m. Approve the accounts and claims payable. Set a public hearing for a DBB Properties. 2, set the public hearing for proposed 2024-25 budget. F, set a study session for proposed 24-25 budget. Solicit bids for the waste hauler. Solicit bids for vegetation removal, or CDBG. Solicit bids for graffiti removal and painting at the bandshell stage. Solicit bids for 2024 sidewalk program. Oh, I'm sorry, we removed that. Sorry, Jake. Solicit bids for digital message centers. Continue participating in the Wayne County Home Conserva. Reappoint various commissioners. Attend training for the command vehicles for the police department.
I'll move.
I'll support.
Councilpersons Ross?
Yes.
Baer?
Yes.
Salcido?
Yes.
Soar?
Yes.
Tobin?
Yes.
And Mayor Higgins.
Yes. And I'm sorry, I meant to talk about this under mayor's remarks, and I didn't, so I'm going to bring it up real quick now, if that's okay with everybody. You noted on there that we are going out for bid for a new trash company. I want everybody to know that the city is well aware of the issues that are going on in the city with the current trash company and the lack of picking up some stuff. We are aware of it, and that is why we are moving forward with looking for another trash company. And we'll be talking about it a little bit later in the city manager's report. But I want everybody to be well aware that the city is taking action. Okay, with that, we move on.
Page 50.
Yeah. I was looking for the...
Just click in the box. Put the number 50 in there. 50. Hit enter. There you go. One up. There you go. There you go.
New computers, guys, we're getting used to it.
You got it.
Yeah, if you would like to read this one, you can.
So this is a resolution authorizing the Lincoln Park Community Development Block Grant Disaster Recovery grant application and designating an authorized project representative. Whereas the Michigan Strategic Fund has invited units of general local government to apply for its Community Development Block Grant Disaster Recovery Funding Round. And whereas the City of Lincoln Park desires to request $3,017,298 in CDBG-DR funds to complete a sanitary sewer cured-in-place pipelining program to improve its wastewater collection system. And whereas the City of Lincoln Park is not committing any local funds from its water and sewer fund, and whereas the proposed project is consistent with the local community development plan as described in the application. And whereas the proposed project will benefit all residents of the project area, all residents of the City of Lincoln Park are low and moderate income persons as determined by the HUD Census Tract data, and whereas local funds and any other funds to be invested in the project have not been obligated or incurred and will not be obligated or incurred prior to a formal grant award, completion of the environmental review procedures, and a formal written authorization to obligate or incur costs from the Michigan Economic Development Corporation. Now therefore be it resolved that the City of Lincoln Park hereby designates the Director of Public Services, John Kazoo, as the environmental review certifying officer, the person authorized to certify the Michigan CDBG DR application, the person authorized to sign the grant agreement and payment requests, and the person authorized to execute any additional documents required to carry out and complete the grant.
I'll move.
I'll support.
Any questions? I will call for the vote.
Councilpersons Ross?
Yes.
Tobin?
Yes.
Bear?
Yes.
Salcedo?
Yes.
Soar?
Yep.
And Mayor Higgins.
Yes. Next up, whereas the council has received a report from the city clerk regarding the commissioner's attendance and eligibility to serve, now there be it resolved that the city clerk be and is hereby authorized to send notices to the commissioners that have excessive absences or otherwise ineligible to serve on board and commissions, that they will be removed from those positions for just cause, as provided for the city charter and/or Chapter 291 of the codified ordinances.
I'll move.
I'll support.
To the chair,
Yes.
I'd just like to disclose that my dad is on one of these boards as well.
Okay, hearing nothing else, we'll call for the vote.
Councilpersons Ross?
Yes.
Salcedo?
Yes.
Bear?
Yes.
Soar?
Yes.
Tobin?
Yes.
And Mayor Higgins.
Yes. Next up will be the Parks and Recreation. They want to come on up?
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Forgive me, is this the message center one?
The funding from Wayne County.
Okay. It was just out of order on the one I'm looking at here, so. The purpose of this is to enter into an agreement with Wayne County to receive funding for improvements to the sign at the community center. The Parks and Recreation Department has applied for and received a grant from Wayne County for the improvements listed below, or above. The budget impact will result in Wayne County providing $25,000 towards the replacement of the sign at the community center. It is recommended that the Wayne County agreement be approved.
Whereas the County of Wayne, Michigan, and the City of Lincoln Park, Michigan, have an interest in entertaining the cooperative parks and recreation projects that are mutually beneficial to the residents of Wayne County. Whereas the county will cooperatively fund the improvements at the community center in the amount of $25,000. Therefore, be it resolved that the City of Lincoln Park enter a funding agreement with Wayne County and the mayor and city clerk be authorized to sign all documents necessary to execute said agreement.
I'll move.
I'll support.
You have a question. Does this mean the county is going to be able to use our board, and will they be doing so?
That's not in the agreement that we have in front of you guys.
Okay?
But if they were running an event or something, we could most certainly put it up there if they're helping with funding for it, so.
I know sometimes when you deal with the county, they sneak stuff in there, so that's why I'm asking.
They do require us to put their name on a plaque or something on anything that they do, so there will be something
That's
out there.
understanding. I just want to know if we're going to be obligated to their events too, but, which, at $25,000, we could help them out.
Right.
Through the chair?
Yes.
Dennis, can you tell us what exactly, are we looking for in another board?
So if you guys are aware, the current sign that's at the community center was put up in 1972. It is in very, very, very bad shape right now and needs to be completely replaced. Basically, it would be a complete takedown of that sign and rebuild from ground up, a new message center, kind of like the ones we have here at 4th Street in Southfield and the one over at the band shell. It'll be double-sided, able to be maintained from any of us department heads that need to put stuff up. Basically, a new sign it'll make the building look 1,000 times better.
Yeah, and electronic is what you're saying?
Yes, it'll be an electronic sign.
Okay,
Yep.
thank you.
And that will be controlled from the community center?
The way these ones are now set up, they're all cloud-based. So myself, I could access it at any computer or off my phone if I had to. City Hall could have access to it. Those that need to have access would have access to it.
So if we're
And it is a secured access.
emergency, we can use it for other things too?
That is correct.
Okay,
Through the chair,
yes.
it says the cost of this project will be $51,000. It also states in here that that does not include the electrical,
No, it does not.
so
that-
that's another cost on top of the $51,000.
There is electrical out there already, but there is going to be obviously some reworking of that end of the electrical.
And that cost will also come out of the general fund that's stated here?
Yep, we have capital funds that were designated for this upcoming year for it.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Okay, then we'll call for the vote.
Councilpersons Ross?
Yes.
Bear?
Yes.
Salcido?
Yes.
Soar?
Yes.
Tobin?
Yes.
And Mayor Higgins?
Yes. Next up will be the DPS.
Good evening, Mayor and Council and audience. This particular item is a bid award for the 2024 sanitary sewer pipe planning program. Background Hennessy Engineers, on behalf of City of Lincoln Park DPS, solicited bids for the 2024 sewer pipe planning program. The City of Lincoln Park received 4 bids for the project, with the low bidder being SAC Construction LLC, with a bid amount of $2,259,987 for the 2024 sanitary sewer pipelining program. Financial impact for the low bid for this project is from SAC Construction, with a total of $2,485,985.70. That includes a 10% contingency to the base bid, $2,259,987. $787 to come from City of Lincoln Park's Clean Water State Revolving Fund, SRF, account number 592-527-818-000. My recommendation is recommend that the mayor and city council approve to proceed with the award of the 2024 sanitary sewer pipelining program to SAC Construction LLC. The resolution to accompany that. Whereas City of Lincoln Park wishes to construct improvements to its existing wastewater treatment and collection system, and whereas a wastewater system improvements project formally adopted May 25th, 2023, will be funded through the State Revolving Fund SRF loan, and whereas City of Lincoln Park has sought and received construction bids for the proposed improvements and has received a low bid in the amount of $2,259,987, including a 10% contingency from SAC Construction, and whereas the project engineer, Hennessy Engineers, has recommended awarding the contract to the low bidder, now therefore be resolved that the City of Lincoln Park tentatively award the contract for construction of the proposed wastewater system improvement project to SAC Construction LLC contingent upon successful financial arrangements with the State Revolving Fund loan.
I'll move. I'll support.
Any questions?
Through the chair?
Yes.
If I may. Don, I know that the state has their criteria for things in the resolutions.
Yes.
Is that the reason that we don't put the contingency amount in here?
I won't say partially, but partially not. That's why I put it in there. Where I thought your question was going to be is why it's a contingent, or based on the contingency of the state giving us that grant. We're still waiting on that. To my knowledge, I don't think that has been physically signed.
But we don't put the total amount, including contingency, that dollar amount, in the resolution.
That verbiage, no, but the dollar amount, yes, we did.
The dollar amount that's on here is just the base bid.
Right. According to the engineer, yes, that is correct.
Yeah, the state, we're waiting for the grant to come through. They have an inherent contingency that they put with these, but the resolution is for that bid amount, because that's kind of matches their paperwork when they reconcile the grants through there. If we have to have a contingency, we'll go through the state, and we've done that in the past, and as long as
Okay.
they agree to that, because it's all refundable through the state, this kind of works that way.
Perfect, thank you.
Sure.
Don't go far, John.
Okay.
Any other questions? Okay, then we will call for the vote.
Councilpersons Tobin,
Yes.
Ross,
Yes.
Bear,
Yes.
Salcido.
Yes.
Soar,
Yes.
and Mayor Higgins.
Yes. And you're up again.
The second item before you, bid award for the 2024 sanitary sewer cleaning and CCTV investigation program. Background, Hennessy Engineers, again, on behalf of the City of Lincoln Park DPS, solicited bids for the 2024 sanitary sewer cleaning and CCTV investigation program. City of Lincoln Park received 6 bids for the project, with the low bidder being Safeway Transportation, Inc. of Romulus, Michigan, and with the bid amount of $492,731.68 for the 2024 sanitary sewer cleaning and CCTV investigation program. Financial impact, the low bid for the project is from Safeway Transportation, Inc. of Romulus for a total cost of $542,004.85. That includes a 10% contingency to the base bid of $492,731.68. City of Lincoln Park Clean Water State Revolving Fund, account number 592-527-818-000. recommendation is to recommend that mayor and council approve the project and award the 2024 sanitary sewer cleaning and CCTV investigation program to Safeway Transportation, Inc. of Romulus, Michigan. Another Eagle resolution. Whereas City of Lincoln Park wishes to construct improvements to its existing wastewater treatment and collection system, and whereas a wastewater system improvements project formally adopted May 25, 2023, be funded through the State Revolving Fund SRF loan, and whereas City of Lincoln Park has sought and received construction bids for the proposed improvements and has received a low bid in the amount of $492,731.68 from Safeway Transportation of Romulus, Michigan, whereas the project engineer, Hennessy Engineers, Inc., has recommended awarding the contract to the low bidder. Now therefore it be resolved that the City of Lincoln Park tentatively award the contract for construction of the proposed wastewater system improvements project to Safeway Transportation, Inc., Romulus, Michigan, contingent upon successful financial arrangements with the State Revolving Fund SRF loan.
I'll move.
I'll support.
To the chair.
Yes.
But on these projects, if you're cameraing them, the pipes, and you find it needs a repair before it's lined, you do the repair, correct?
It sounds like you're asking if we've come across, let's say, a point repair. The answer is yes, because typically a point repair where maybe the pipe has settled down to the point where you cannot successfully put a liner through that pipe. So yes, we would have to do a point repair.
Have you found any to date?
Yes, we have.
Have you fixed those?
Yes, we have.
In the bid, we put an estimate for dig-ups in the event that we have to excavate that and repair the pipe as well. So that's accounted for. So we have a unit cost within the bid, but that's an estimate of how many of those we have to encounter. And it's based off of historical practice
Right.
within the city. So
That's correct.
we're pretty confident that we've got that pretty well nailed down.
Thank you.
Any other
Chair?
questions?
Yeah. So I guess my question then is, do you proceed on with the sewer cleaning? Or if you find that there's something to correct, and, because if we're correcting that, or are we correcting as we go?
Well, first of all, we have to do the cleaning and televising to find out if we have a compromised pipe. And if we have a compromised pipe, what we'll do is we'd come in from one side of the manhole, or I should say one manhole, and maybe televise it going downstream. If we can't proceed through that bad pipe area, then we'd do a reverse setup, go from the downstream side and camera upstream, and come up with how long this pipe compromise is. Then we'd have to go in and correct that. Then we would go back and do a total re-televising.
To make sure you got it all.
Yes.
So I guess my question is do we ever run out of money before we actually finish what what we've proposed to
We-
camera?
We've gotten thin, but we haven't not yet run out of money.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And we generally, just to give the council some, we clean and televise one year, then the next year we come in and do the actual lining, unless it's, as the councilman said, like a really egregious situation. Then we we clean it up right then and there. Yep.
Thank you.
Any further questions? Then we will, is, in the audience, there was a question? No, okay, go ahead.
How do we
Can we
know,
please step up to the microphone? Thank you.
how do we know what streets or where they would have found the problem? Because I'm still waiting on North Shore Drive to find out what they found, because they were supposed to run the cameras down my street.
We did.
For the flooding.
That's one of the reasons why John's here.
Yeah.
Oh, good, because I would like some answers.
Just too aggressive.
Well, thank you. I'm just here to find out. Thank you.
Okay. So the lady asked about North Shore Drive, so why don't we give the people an answer? We did North Shore Drive?
I guess it's you. Yep, we cleaned and televised all of North Shore Drive. We have actually surveyed all of the pipes that come from the Emmons pump station to the River Drive pump station before it gets into the retention basin, and we're modeling it right now to determine, what is occurring there, because we know what volume is coming out of the Emmons pump station. I'm not talking about this last event, obviously, I'm talking about historical events, because we know what happened with this last event. But there has been historical issues on North Shore Drive that are not a result of the Emmons pump station based on our modeling, so there's got to be an inflow of other water coming through there, and that's what we're looking at. There are 3 large sewer pipes that all crisscross each other down River Drive as they get to the River Drive pump station, and that's a artifact of when it was a combined system, meaning that the street and the sanitary flows were all put together. They were separated in the 70s and 80s through there, and we're looking at those conditions through there. To give you an idea, we have over 100 bulkheads, and what that is over conditions where sewer pipes have been blocked to prevent storm flow from getting into sanitary flow. We just checked our 100, there's 112 or something to the effect, and we rebuilt all the ones that needed to be rebuilt through there. But the modeler is still working on the North Shore Drive because it's wrapping into the River Drive through there, but we should have that modeled in within 2 weeks, and we'll be able to circle back with the residents. There's also a resident in New York as well that we contacted as well.
Okay.
To the chair?
Yes.
Historically, though, our system was never designed for our equipment, correct?
In a sense, that's correct, yeah, because it was built really in the 40s when the treatment wasn't quite there, and when there was excess flows, they would just pump it out to the river without treatment at all back in those times.
So we've kind of inherited a burden.
We've inherited a system that wasn't designed for us, and we've tried to retrofit the system to fit our needs, and that's where a little bit of the complexity comes into the situation. We are obviously rebuilding Emmons and Lincoln pump stations, which is really going to be beneficial for allowing us to actually operate the system with John with real-time data, as opposed to physically going to the station to see how the station is reacting. We'll be able to see that on our phones and things like that. And that'll give us some indication, too, of what's going on within the neighborhoods as well. Because what's happening at the station is happening in the neighborhoods. So once we can see that, we'll be able to see if there's something going on. But they certainly, we should not be receiving the historical flooding that they've received on North Shore.
Thank you, sir.
Sure.
Thank you. And with that, we'll call for the vote.
Councilpersons Ross?
Yes.
Bear?
Yes.
Salcido?
Yes.
Zor?
Yes.
Tobin?
Yes.
And Mayor Higgins?
Yes.
This is job 2.
And this will be John as well. He's a popular guy.
Good evening, everybody. Subject, Hennessy Engineers, Inc., proposal for construction services for the 2024 DW SRF water projects. Background, City of Lincoln Park received $18,985,000 in grant money for the water main and the lead service lead replacement program. Hennessy Engineers, Inc. provided a proposal for the construction services for the above-mentioned project for a total of $1,062,156 that will be 100% funded under the 2024 DW SRF program, aka ARP funds. Financial impact, the total cost for the construction services of $1,062,156 is 100% funded under the 2024 DWS DWSRF program, ARP funds, account number to be determined. Recommendation is to recommend that mayor and council authorize Hennessy Engineers to complete the construction services specified above for the 2024 DWSRF water project. Recommendation to accompany that, or a resolution, I should say, to accompany the aforementioned letter, be resolved that the mayor and council authorize Hennessy Engineers, Inc. to proceed with the construction services for the 2024 DWSRF water project. Be it further resolved that the construction service cost of $1,062,156 is 100% funded under the 2024 DWSRF ARP funds, account number to be determined.
I'll move.
Support. Any questions? With that, we'll call for a vote.
Councilpersons Ross,
Yes.
Mayor Higgins,
Yes.
Councilperson Bear,
Yes.
Salcido,
Yes.
Soar,
Yes.
and Tobin.
Yes.
With that, John, we'll let you sit down for a minute, and we'll bring up
got
our
one
fire
more.
department. Oh,
He's got one more.
thanks.
CWSRF.
Got a lot of grants.
Are we ready? Hennessy Engineers' proposal for the 2024 ARP Fund Sanitary Sewer Rehab Project. Background, City of Lincoln Park received $16,305,000 in grant money for the 2024 sanitary sewer improvement project. Since it is required that the project be allocated and completed by December 31st of 2026. Hennessy Engineers, Inc. provided a proposal for the design and construction cost of a total of $1,925,739 that will be 100% funded under the 2024 CWSRF ARP funds. The project plans include the following projects: improvements to the Emmons and Lincoln pump stations, sanitary sewer cured in place pipelining, sanitary sewer cleaning, and CCTV investigation. Financial impact: the project, the design and construction costs of $1,925,739 will be 100% funded under the 2024 CWSRF ARP funds, account number to be determined. It is recommended that the mayor and council authorize Hennessy Engineers to proceed with the design and construction proposals of the 2024 sanitary sewer rehab project.
I'll move.
We have a mover, I'll support.
The proposed resolution,
I thought that was a resolution.
I
I thought he read it already.
you were getting too fast. Be resolved that the mayor and council authorize Hennessy Engineers to proceed with the design and construction proposal of the 2024 sanitary sewer rehab project. Be it further resolved that the project design construction cost of $1,925,739 will be 100% funded under the 2024 CWSRF program ARP funds, account number to be determined.
I'll move.
Again.
Support.
Any questions? Okay, then we will go forward.
Councilperson Zor,
Yes.
Salcido.
Yes.
Bear,
Yes.
Ross,
Yes.
Tobin,
Yes.
and Mayor Higgins.
Yes.
Thank you, Mayor and Council.
Thank you.
Now we'll bring up
Thank
the
you
fire
both.
department. Don't go far, John, because we're not done with you tonight.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Lincoln Park Fire Department is requesting the purchase of 4 Panasonic Toughbooks. This device is used for information gathering, data collecting of patients on emergency rescues, car accident, fire calls. The 4 we currently have are 7 years old, past their warranty, and unable to support new operating system. I'm requesting you to waive the normal bid process due to 3 bids that were obtained on Savick Buying Group. This is a nationwide bid process that meets federal guidelines. They offer state bid prices like Minton.
Budget impact, the cost of the Panasonic Tough Books is $16,240.92. This comes with a 3-year manufacturing warranty, a 3-year preventative maintenance warranty. Unlimited repairs include parts and labor. Funds will come from Operations 101-340-757. It is recommended that the mayor and council approve the resolution for the purchase of 4 Panasonic Tough Books for $16,240.92. Any questions?
Resolved that the mayor and council waive bid process to approve the purchase of 4 Panasonic Tough Books for Rugged Depot at participating member of Savick Buying Group, the federally approved bidding group. Funds to come from the operations account 101-340-757 in the amount not to exceed $16,240.92.
I'll move.
Support.
Any questions? And I will call for the vote.
Councilpersons Tobin?
Yes.
Ross?
Yes.
Bear?
Yes.
Salcido?
Yes.
Soar?
Yes.
And Mayor Higgins?
Yes. Resolve the special event permit number 3 be approved for the 8th Sides Vendor Show event to be held in the city of Lincoln Park on Saturday, May 11th, 2024, from 12 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. at 4232 Fort Street under the following conditions. The applicant shall be responsible for the cleanup of all debris associated with the event from the surrounding properties. Fees paid, insurance filed.
I'll move.
Support.
Councilpersons Ross?
Yes.
Tobin?
Yes.
Bear?
Yes.
Salcido? Soar?
Yes.
And Mayor Higgins?
Yes.
I think we skipped one. We skipped that block party. Go back up. Okay, just read it.
Resolved, the residents of 1700 block of LeBlanc between Porter and Abbott be granted permission to have a block party on Saturday, August 24th, 2024, from 12 p.m. until 9 p.m. under the following conditions. The street will be barricaded at each end and closed to vehicle traffic. The party will be over at 9 p.m. or dusk, whichever comes first, and the street will be reopened to traffic per recommendations of the police department.
So moved.
Support.
Councilperson Salcido?
Yes.
Mayor Higgins?
Yes.
Councilpersons Bear?
Yes.
Ross?
Yes.
Soar?
Yes.
And Tobin?
Yes.
Thank you.
Now we're going to go back to the consent agenda, J, and if we could have John step back up.
Mayor and council, I'm back. On the original agenda, as you saw, my department was requesting to put a bid out to solicit price tags for the hazardous sidewalk program. Well, coincidentally, Friday, just at about 12:30 this past Friday, Katie Cement, who was our last year's low red contractor, called and wanted to know if the mayor and council would entertain them extending their unit rates for the 2024 sidewalk program. So basically, Katie Cement contract extension for the 2024 sidewalk repair program. Katie Cement has offered to extend its contract unit rates for the 2024 sidewalk repair program at the 2023 unit rates below. 4-inch concrete sidewalk at $11.25 per square foot, 6-inch concrete sidewalk at $12.50 per square foot. Financial impact, the program's costs will be covered under the soon-to-be approved capital, or approved 24-25 budget, I would hope. Recommendation is recommended that the mayor and council approve KD Cement's extension for the 2024 sidewalk repair program at their present unit rates for 2023 unit rates. The resolution to accompany that is be resolved that the mayor and council approve expending KD Cement's present contract for the 2024 sidewalk repair program at their low red 2023 unit rates.
I'll move.
Support.
To the chair.
Yes.
Just, it's an information, is that I can verify that there were some bad sections of sidewalk, and they have already addressed those and taken care of anything that there were issues with. So, just letting you know that they stand behind their work. It didn't cost us anything.
And we have very happy residents.
Yes.
Okay.
Through the chair, Your Honor.
Yes.
John, I know, I'm not sure the budget's been complete, but when will the sidewalks actually start this year? I know trees aren't going to start till
We
July.
physically, if this upcoming budget, and right now I believe that there's $200,000 included in that line item, if it is approved as written, and we would not be able to start until after July 1, when we're, let's call it, allocated our new budget money,
So your answer is, when can you start?
after July 1.
Thank you very much. That's what I thought you said.
Any other questions? And we will call for the vote.
Councilpersons Bear,
Yes.
Ross,
Yes.
Salcido,
Yes.
Soar,
Yes.
Tobin,
Yes.
and Mayor Higgins.
Yes.
Thank you, Mayor and Council. See you in 2 weeks.
I have one quick thing before the city manager. There was another note was handed to me. But the DDA, they're having their grand opening for the outdoor facility, the park, on 1556 Fort Street. This will be Friday, May 3rd at 9:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. This has been coming in a long time, but it will be open to the public. Because we believe all people have the right to be healthy, is what the DDA says. And please come out, have a good time, and we also have a lot of dignitaries from the county and from the state there, so come and introduce yourself and let everybody know you're there. Okay, and with that, we will move on to the city manager's report.
Thank you, Mayor. Before I go into my report, I do want to recognize Corinne Delrue, who lost her battle this weekend. She worked for the city for 5.5 years. She actually worked here in City Hall. I had the honor of working with her for a short period of time before she transferred to the police department. So she will be missed by her family, but as well at the police department. She worked in the records department for quite a few years over there. So I just want to take a minute to recognize her as a city employee. And then the big item we've been dealing with is GFL. So we are aware that there's been many missed pickups throughout the city, throughout all of last week. We were told that trucks were down and that they would be getting, as soon as the trucks were back up, they'd be back on the road. As of Friday, we were told that everything would be picked up. They were going to work throughout Saturday. We have learned today that there's still quite a few blocks that were not addressed. So we have been working with them all day, getting route information. We are trying to get them back out. I know some of the routes were picked up today, but it's unacceptable to us as well. We've been working very hard. Myself, Ashley in city management, as well as DPS staff has been working very hard on it. So we are reviewing the contract, trying to figure out what we can do about it. We are going out for bids for a new company. The contract ends September 18th. But in the meantime, we are trying to get everybody's trash picked up as soon as we can. So continue to report any missed pickups. We're sending daily reports to them throughout the day, updating the list for those residents that contact us that it appears it's mostly composting that was missed, some recycling, some periodic rubbish collection, but we are addressing it with them as we get the reports. Other than that, the new planners came on board last week, so John Myers has been working with them. He's getting them up to speed on the most urgent items that he needs to work with them on. So he took them around City Hall, introduced them to everybody. They seem pretty excited to begin work. And the animal shelter is progressing. The roof has been completed. We're told 3 to 5 weeks. We don't have a complete exact date yet, but after the shelter is complete, then we can begin the concrete work, get the old shelter out of there, and begin transitioning the animals over. And other than that, if anybody has any questions for me, I don't have anything else.
To the chair.
Yes.
Our city has been, or isn't experiencing our bankruptcy again, mortgage foreclosures. Are we prepared to be able to withstand things if they go bad for us this year?
So typically, when there's a housing market change, it takes 2 to 3 years for it to catch up to the city. Just like when the market starts trending up, it took us quite a long time to catch up to that, and we still haven't fully recovered from it. But the only thing that would affect us is if the values of the homes start to decrease. So there are the Wayne County tax foreclosures as well, and those are sold at auction if they go into tax foreclosure. Sometimes the properties are offered back to the city. But as far as bank foreclosures, I have not seen anything coming through yet on that, but again, the market takes 2 to 3 years to hit the taxable value of the city.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Through the chair?
Yes.
Just a quick comment, Lisa. With GFL, on Saturday, I had the opportunity, while I was working at Memorial Park, the gentleman working Memorial Park also, he was actually from Allen Park. When I found that out, I took the opportunity to ask him if GFL was late for them this week, and they were suffering too.
I did hear that as well.
Yeah.
Yes. So it's not just Lincoln Park. We do tend to have problems quite often, but it appears the last few weeks have been other municipalities as well.
Yeah.
They did pick up my yard waste just before I came here tonight, and they had a brand-new truck.
Oh.
It was brand new, shiny, clean. I was like, wow. So that was impressive. But I have a couple things. In the beginning of the year, CBDG, we don't have a director, in-house director. And we went through Hennessy for a director. Are we looking at bringing a new director in-house? Are we looking to go out to find someone?
We are. We've actually been advertising it, and we just recently closed that out, so we are reviewing the resumes and applications that came in for that.
The other thing, the restoration of the lawns from all the work we did on the sewer lines last year, can you tell me where that's at and if there's a plan? I've had some complaints from residents about them dropping clay at the end of last year. They're not happy. They want to know if there's going to be dirt brought in, if they're going to be doing seeding and that kind of thing.
John?
I do
We'll
know
let
that.
John
I
speak
went
on that.
down-
See?
I
We
went
knew he'd
down
be back.
Gregory, and the lawns that they
John missed
restored
us.
there looked really nice. But, you know, where are we at?
And I was going to tell you, along with that, they have come in and they started today, and what they're doing is they're taking out any, let's call it additional too much clay that they put back in, just to remove some of the divots or holes or anything over the course of the winter. They are grading those out and they're topsoiling them, and also they're doing hydro seeding
Okay.
over those. And Gregory, let's say from Dick's going down to 4th Street is a good spot to go and look.
Yeah, I did. I drove past there and it looked really nice, so thank you.
And there are any problems with the concrete, they're also doing that.
Yeah, I know that there's a couple curves that were cracked and then I was...
Yep.
Okay, thank you so much. That's all I have.
Through the chair, Your Honor.
Yes.
Just one quick question, Lisa, in regards to Sears again. I noticed there's a fence that's been erected around there, and I've been seeing some activity, but haven't seen the bulldozer yet. Any significant date that we'll see the wrecking ball come through?
Last I heard was 10 days, but that's been quite
know.
John Myers, do you have an updated date?
That's my most commonly questioned.
I'm sure.
I heard this afternoon that they were hoping to start this Thursday. They had a couple other legal pieces, and they're trying to make a decision with the air compression and keeping it sprinkled. They're not going to, they're going to use a water suppression system to keep the dust down. And they were in a debate between the company and the owner of the property if they were going to start with the tower or they were going to start with the building. So it delayed their discussion. They also had a request for some gates to be put in their fencing line, and they had to take care of that before they were allowed to start. So hopefully we'll see something by the end of this week.
Thank you, Mr. Myers. That's all.
That did remind me, and I'd like to let the council know and let the people know at home, that the county cleanup for the Ecorse Creek will begin this week as well. If you've driven by Council Point Park, there is a massive equipment over there that's bigger than I've ever even seen. They are ready to go, and I'm understanding that they're going to be starting this week. So just get everybody up to date on that. And with that, we'll call up our fire chief.
Good evening again, Mayor and Council. I'll just hit the high points on this. I don't need to go through the whole report. It was in your council packet, so if you don't mind, that'll be all right. Good. All right, total calls for service for the last 4 months was 2,643. EMS calls responded to was 2,453. Fire calls, we had 46. Those would be 30 structure fires, and of those 30, 12 were mutual aid to other cities. We've given out aid to other communities 13 times and received aid from other communities 34 times. We've had 2 civilian-related injuries in that 4 months. The fire code enforcement team report, we did 236 inspections, investigated 27 complaints, and installed 348 smoke detectors to citizens this past quarter. Training, we've had 300 total man-hours of training this quarter. The members who are on specialty teams, we have 3 members on hazmat, 3 members on arson, and 1 member on the logistic downriver emergency response teams. Operations, with the AFG grant, we were able to purchase nozzles and appliance. We came under budget for that, and I amended the grant and purchased fire hose with the remaining funds for our regional partners. We put 2 LifePak 15 heart monitors into service that we purchased back in July and August, so they replaced 12-year-old LifePak 15s on our apparatus. I applied for 2 Assistance Firefighters grant this quarter and 1 SAFER grant. The AFG grant is the one that we sponsored, Lincoln Park, was for portable radios, and that'll be for $1.9 million if awarded. It'll buy 50-plus portable radios for the 11 departments. The SAFER grant that we requested 6 additional firefighters, and if it's awarded, it'll fund salary and benefits for 6 firefighters for 3 years. We're hopeful that we'll get all these grants this year. I encourage everyone to sign up for Code Red. The sign-up is on the city's website. The spring and summer brings severe weather to our area. This is a great way to notify our residents in event of a weather emergency. Other notable activities, bay doors were installed. We received several compliments. They started prepping for painting of the fire station today. The fire department open house is October 6th this year, and that'll be from 12 to 3. I'll be up here more promoting that as we get closer. This March was Reading Month, and we visited 3 elementary schools. Kindergarten and first grade classes, the kids enjoyed Firefighter Pete the Cat. The fire department was awarded a fire station upgrade by the Detroit Pistons and Balfour for up to $25,000. We are in discussions to completely renovate the dorm area. I'll have more information once I have. All I know is we won it. I just don't know the particulars yet.
Congratulations.
So, yeah. In the summer of 2025, the fire department will be celebrating 100 years of service, protecting the citizens and patrons of the city of Lincoln Park. We're in the early stages of the planning for this special event. I've reached out to several retirees. We want to involve them as much as possible because they were part of this great department for the time that it's been here. Any questions?
Questions for the chief?
Through the chair, just one quick comment, just so you know, when I'm working in my yard, or I'm sitting on my porch, or I'm in my couch watching TV, when I hear the sirens go off, or I see the ambulance come down my street, I thank you for your work, and as well as the police department too. Whenever I hear the siren, someone's in distress, and I know you guys are out there to help, so I can't thank you enough. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chief.
All righty, thank you.
And with that, we'll move on to the reports to mayor and council. Oh, I'm sorry, citizens' communications. Anybody would like to talk to this body? Come on up.
Well, good evening to this honorable body. My name is Mary Waters. I'm currently an at-large member of the Detroit City Council. I'm a former state representative as well. And I wanted to come by here tonight just to introduce myself to you and to share with you that I'm a candidate for Congress in the 13th Congressional District, and the entire city of Lincoln Park is in the 13th Congressional District. Even when I'm canvassing the neighborhood, it's not likely that I'll be able to meet everyone. So I wanted to say to you that I will be the type of congressperson.
I'm sorry, but you can't campaign here. You can.
No, I'm not campaigning.
Okay. I'm just giving you a heads up. You can tell us who you are, tell us what you're doing, but you can't give us a campaign. That's just our policy.
Okay. All right. Then I better curtail that then. Oh, but can I just say that I will work with you all? Is that campaigning?
That's not campaign. That's not campaign. We got to work together. We're neighbors, so we have to work together.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. All right.
Absolutely.
Yes, and I'm not going to get into a speech about me or anything like that. Just those couple of things, and to let you know that I'm certainly willing to work with you all, and hopefully I can say a few things to you afterwards. How about that?
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you all so much.
Thank you.
Okay.
Is there anybody else who'd like to talk to the body?
I got some concerns. Can I step up there?
Sure. Step forward.
How you guys doing today? I have a couple concerns. I live on 1917 Paris. I've been living by a vacant lot for at least 10 years. Just heard this gentleman say we might be going bankrupt. I've called and tried to buy this lot several times.
Just so you know, this city is not in any financial trouble at
Okay.
all. We are in the black and doing very well.
Well, I heard some 2 to 3 years to catch up.
I think
so-
we were just asking questions to
Okay.
make sure.
Well, if I
I just
misheard
wanna
that,
make-
that's
I
fine.
just want to let everybody know.
Okay.
Because I don't want that going out. We are not in any financial trouble. We are in the best shape we have been in a long time.
Okay, well, that's fantastic.
Thank
but
you.
I have another question, though. So anyway, so I received something the other day, a notice, about getting my fence fixed. Now, the issue, I don't mind investing in where I live. The issue I have, I got a vacant lot that you guys own, that your trees are going and destroying my fence. I asked them, when can you get it removed? I got 21 days to do this fence. I went out and bought the fence, I brought the receipts. There's no answer, so how can I replace this fence in 21 days if you guys can't give me a time frame when they can remove these trees from the fence line? Again, I've offered to buy the lot, I'd make that my problem, and I'd pull the trees out. But I'm not gonna pull the trees out that are your trees for free.
Okay. If you could hang around to after the meeting, I'd like to...
I would love to do that.
And the city manager, and we'll get your information, and
I
we'll...
appreciate that.
Work with you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Is there anybody else who would like to talk to the city? Yeah. Okay, then we'll go with the council president.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'll make it brief. I missed the open house for the Lakeside Motor Group. I went there today, and real nice auto shops there where they sell automobiles. I actually brought one in there. I almost bought it, but I didn't. But I walked into Lincoln Park, and I think it was a used car lot before. But anyway, it was very clean. The balloons were still up. Stop by in there, check it out. And that's all I have, Your Honor. Thank you, and happy Cinco de Mayo in a couple weeks. Thank you.
Yeah, I was able to attend that grand opening, and they were just the nicest people, and what they've done with that building is just, it's wonderful. It's real nice. So if you can stop in there, stop in and say hi, because they're just wonderful, and it's really nice. So it was a nice time. I don't have much. The Cinco de Mayo this weekend is going to be a lot of fun. Stop in and see everybody and everything that they've got planned. Festival on Ice at the ice rink this year, May 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Make sure you go there. It's one of my all-time favorite events in the city. I've been going since my daughter was 4, and she's almost 30. So, do that. This Wednesday, the Spring Fling Spectacular, it's at Arnaldo's in Riverview. It's a great event. The Education Foundation puts it on every year. We have lots and lots of baskets, raffles. We have 50/50s. We have entertainment. The food is spectacular. There's an open bar. We have silent auctions. Christy from Vito's is here. She brought me a basket to raffle off. Carrie's got a basket for me. My dining room is full of baskets. Come on out, have a good time, support the schools. It's just a great organization. We do so much. We give back to the schools. We give back to the teachers. We give grants to the teachers, and we give things back to the students. It's just a great organization, and we have a really good time, so if you can, come out. And of course, on Thursday night is the Historical Museum's annual dinner. I'm going to save that for Lillian to tell you about, but that's a really good event too, so you don't want to miss it. We have a very special guest from Lincoln Park this year as our presenter, so I'll let Lillian talk about that, and that's about it. And just you guys, talk to Mother Nature. Tell her we want it warmer, because I don't like the cold anymore. So that's all I have, and everybody stay safe, and hope to see you on Saturday. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. I mentioned, volunteering on Saturday at the park, and what impressed me was that I was working with a gentleman from Allen Park. He saw the Facebook post and came out to help us, and I was just very impressed with that. So I want to thank Joseph from Allen Park for coming out and helping us. So I found out that Wayne County's household hazardous waste collection, the next one is June the 29th from 8 to 1, and that will be at the Henry Ford College in Dearborn. And you can get that information off the Wayne County's website, and it's also on ours, I believe. There's a link to it. We've got a lot going on, so hopefully I will see you throughout the week. We mentioned the Education Foundation dinner, the Historical Commission's dinner on Thursday. That's going to be a lot of fun. And just a little insider information, we have Tiger tickets this year again to auction off. So hopefully we have a great attendance. Let's see. Then of course on Saturday, coming Saturday is our Cinco de Mayo. Come on out. Just walk around, maybe grab a bite to eat, watch the dancers. It's always just a really nice family event. On Saturday, May 4th, is the museum grounds cleanup day, and if you can come out and lend a hand, we would appreciate it. on Wednesday, May 8th. That is a Wednesday, that is the museum's evening event program titled The Incredible Journey to Midnight, and it is the story of the Underground Railroad in Detroit. And I just want to give you a couple of the upcoming dates for the park cleanups. And, I mean, if you can come out and lend a hand, even if it's just holding a bag, we would appreciate it. May 18th, June 15th, July the 27th, and August the 17th. And you come in and you register there at the band shell. And then, of course, you should all have our happenings. They were mailed out. And, oh my goodness, this one is definitely a keeper. Of course, the lineup for the the summer concert series is in here. There's a lot of events going on, so just look through it, keep it. There's a lot of information from the police station, from the fire department, from DPS, a lot of great information from the city clerk's office. So, a lot going on, a lot to be excited about. Thank you.
Mr. Bear?
Hi, good evening. Yes, very much looking forward to our Cinco de Mayo festival. I'm with the Hands of the City, and we will have a booth all day at the event, playing our cornhole game and hopefully giving out lots of stuffed animals as prizes to kids as well as adults. And Hands of the City, we do have our two major events coming up in the next 2 months. Our Memorial Day Parade is May 19th, and our 10th annual Collectors Con on June 8th and June 9th is happening this year. That is a really big number to hit. We have really built it up to be one of the premier collector cons in the Downriver area. There'll be, lots of comic books, lots of action figures, lots of collectibles. All the proceeds go to benefit Lincoln Park Athletics, because Lincoln Park is, I believe, the only downriver community that does not charge for sport. And we have donated significant amounts of money to the athletic fund by doing this event. They let us do it once the school year is over in their gym, so we can do what we want with the floors, with the tables, and we hope to get a great turnout. We're working on some guest appearances, cosplay, costume, art contests. It's a really nice time on June 8th and June 9th. And that's all I have. Have a great evening.
Thank you. Councilman Zor?
Yes, first thing I'd like to say is that tomorrow the high school is having a career fair. I hope all of our departments will be there, getting lots of help. Also, I'd like to acknowledge that without all of our departments, we seem to work very well together. Fire department, the police department, and I'd like to just say that with the one place where acknowledgement isn't always, it isn't always there for the high school. And the high school does do a lot for the city, and the city doesn't always recognize everything that the school does for the city. So I just want to put it out there that we acknowledge the high school, the middle school, and all the other grade schools in our city. I'd also like to mention that Good Shepherd is hosting a fundraiser this Sunday from 12 to 2 for their school. Just putting it out there. It might be a good time to ask about having the father come and say. And with that, I have just my condolences for the families in our city that have lost members. And with that, I'll just say good night.
Yes, condolences to both of the families that have lost someone, and both were close to the close with us and did a lot for us, and I'd like to thank you both. And also, since the schools came up, I would like to remind everybody, we have an election May 7th. It is a school election. Polls will open at 7, closed at 8. And everyone is voting at the band shell for safety reasons. So please come out, vote. It doesn't matter, elections are always important. Please let your voice be heard. And with that, I'll move for an adjournment.
So moved.
Support.
Councilperson Salcido?
Yes.
Soar?
Yes.
Fair?
Yes.
Ross?
Yes.
Tobin?
Yes.
And Mayor Higgins?
Yes.
Donuts.